I'm Jake Goldstein, and this is the Von Tiki. So this is the Von Tiki. It's started life as a 1987 Toyota van, and I've had it for 3 years now. And it's a Tiki Bar. It's fully licensed. It moved out here from California just in the last year. It's been back and forth across the country twice, so it's fully road legal and roadworthy. You'll see it in a minute. It's a full tiki bar. It has tiki tail lights. It shoots tequila out the windshield wiper. It's got its own bottle opener. The pineapples on top light up. It's covered with bamboo. Hubcaps are spinners when I can keep them on there working well. And it has fish tanks in the back. Our car broke down on the side of the road in Thailand. And while we were waiting for the Thai tow truck, because it took a long time for my sister, who doesn't speak any Thai, to figure out how to get the tow truck to us, we decided we really wanted a car we could work on ourselves. And so the original idea was for a project van. It was going to be, like I said, a Volkswagen van that we would work on ourselves. And from there, I guess we were kind of influenced by the Thai beach houses we've been staying at, and the idea just grew from there. So the idea was to have a fully functioning bar. Started out, the idea was we just wanted a car to work on. We wanted a project car. And the original idea was for a Volkswagen van, just that we could take camping. And it just kind of evolved from there, and the Toyota vans were a lot cheaper. And the Volkswagens had the engines in the back, and that messed up the whole bar feel. So we wound up starting with the Toyota.
And who built the car?
Myself and John Murley. It's important to mention John. John's my co-conspirator. And John and I went to high school together. Worked on the car for 3 years. 9 months got it to about 80% of what you see here. After 9 months, it had the bamboo and it had the roof, but it didn't have the pineapples, it didn't have the spinners, it didn't have the fish tanks, it didn't have the tikis, and all that's been in the last 2 years.
No bamboo.
It's real bamboo. It's taken off window shade. You take the bamboo window shades, just cut off the strings, trim them to length, and put them on there with marine goop. That's my favorite adhesive. Learning to weld was quite a challenge. That was probably the biggest thing, but it was fun, and that's been a fun skill to have going forward.
Did you buy a MIG welder? Or?
I did. I bought a small MIG welder from Home Depot.
No, oh, that was
welded in the driveway in California. I took a week off work to learn to weld, and that was my vacation. I guess that was April of 2005. The pineapples on the top light up at night, and they're solar powered. So my mom made the seat covers. It's got AstroTurf, and then the ceiling is fake flowers. We cut off leaves from the party goods store. And on the other side, you have the beer can opener. Got what's left of a couple spinner hubcaps. So the taillights are fully functional. We had to put a tailgate in so it wouldn't suck in exhaust for the passengers, so that's where the fish tanks came in. There's real water in there, and plastic fish. You can see them move slightly. They're hanging there on strings. And we built a couple replicas of California art cars, some of our favorites. Cathedral, the Radio Flyer, and the covered wagon, all San Francisco art cars. Yeah, so these are carved tikis. We carved those ourselves. That was kind of the fun of building this whole van, was we had to learn a lot of new things that we didn't really know how to do. So we hadn't really done any wood carving before we started this. But, so it's really just, this is made up of a 2x18 board, just cut and pieced together and then carved and stained to look like a much older, much nicer piece of wood than it really is. And then the tailgate opens up. business end of the bar is back here. So we've added a back seat. This came out of a Chrysler minivan from a junkyard. It's got seat belts, so again, it's fully legal and safe. I don't know if you can see here, but we put in a roll bar and reinforced the frame, so even though it was a unibody van to start with, it still has the rigidity that it needs to go cross country. And got the cabinets and the bar tops, teak and mahogany, and right here is the tequila squirter. And so at our car events and parades, this is the fill tube. And we fill this with tequila.
Real tequila.
Real tequila. This is the fill tube. We can fill it now. It's actually running a little low.
You use a windshield wiper motor or something?
It is the actual windshield wiper tank.
Oh, the actual.
When we cut up the van, you know, it was a full van, and when we cut it up, things were in funny places. This is a really funny car. The engine's above the wheels. We like to say it's a mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, just like a Ferrari. And you'll find when you cut up something like that, that everything's in a weird place. And the front windshield wiper tank and the back one is actually way in the back, and there's a hose that runs all the way up to the front. And when we cut it up, we decided we weren't going to run that hose again, and we were just going to find a better use for this windshield wiper tank and motor. And that's what we did. So we fill it very carefully through here. And it's right behind the Tiki mast. There is an actual, the original windshield wiper tank. We put new hoses in it and cleaned it out, took it out, put boiling water through it. So it's all pretty sanitary, and replaced all the hoses. And the tequila should kill whatever germs are left in it. And then there's a switch on the dash that controls the tequila shooter, but generally people will stand off the back, and someone else needs to get up front and hit the switch on the dash, and that does tequila shots out of this.